got Pioneers. It's been a frustrating experience, but just that last shot there in JG, you can see the smile, the atmosphere affecting this team, and they're going to put on a good show here against Complexity.
Already Complexity starting out hot. It only took 4 seconds. AJG getting the first goal.
Kickoff goal going in favor of Complexity, and it's AJG to come through and poke it home.
And you actually saw Racebull got a little clear out. Hunter will lob it downfield. It was a quick goal for Complexity, but it's been a bit quiet since.
Stabilized, but maybe only for a moment. Racebull can't get the second, but CRR is there.
Racebull didn't get the double, but it didn't really matter. You saw the defense commit. Banana Head jumping across net, expecting the shot. Racebull playing it off the back. Still hunting for their first game win at this major. So a lot of pressure on the Pioneers to perform. And this is an opportunity to get that invaluable experience. And they get the first goal. 3 seconds in this time. Pioneers in the lead.
They return the favor in game 2. Look at the monster kickoff here from Hunter and a pre-flip in off the post. And
coming off the back of that kickoff goal.
Really came out quick and strong here from Pioneers. Now they're getting settled in. They hold that 1-goal lead. But you know Complexity's going to come right back the other way. And it's CRR. Flippery set in over 2, and it's tied up.
And CRR has been the attacker for Complexity. This one beautiful, getting the flip reset, getting an extra push on the ball. 1.2 goals a game. CRR has been deadly on the offensive end for Complexity.
Oh, he's been insane. And Complexity, I've just been feeding him as well. Again, threatening. Oh my goodness, it didn't know. What is this from Complexity?
Look at CRR in this play. Gets the flip reset early, doesn't use it right away, actually air rolled. This pass is flip for the challenge, and then talking about
wall. Hunter has a pass over. Pioneers, can they set something up off the back wall? And again, CRR there to turn it away.
CRR getting a demo on the challenge. AJG will lob it toward net. And the Pioneers committed too hard. Complexity catching them out quick.
They've tried, they're pushing, they're looking for that goal, but in the end, they left the backfield open. They didn't keep possession. Left. Another touch would do there, but again, Racebull denying and Complexity back in possession.
You saw Hunter had to go all the way back to his own corner to get boost, and now Scrub leaking out too much. Left a window for CRR, and CRR broke right through it.
Another decent challenge there from Racebull, just to not let that one out for free on the Pioneer side. It comes out to win it.
Hunter looking to the ball, chain dash off the wall.
There it is!
Down and in! Scrub will score it, but Hunter doing some work.
You felt like this one was going to drop eventually. What a touch from Hunter over CRR, and the speed from Scrub is so crucial. Pioneers felt like in game 3 they just were very muted. Felt like they were trying to coast to the end of this series. And Pioneers, I'm happy they didn't let them do that. They have to put on the pressure. And Pioneers certainly showed that. CRR, what was that?
I got to see if this was a pre-jump as well. CRR getting a hit over. The pass coming. No, CRR just jumping quickly. Man. But CRR, I mean, there's the shot. Racebull with the save. Now double commit.
Whoa.
Neither hit. CRR will take an airborne. No way. Complexity scores here.
Oh my goodness.
Are you serious?
He's too good. And on the counter, nobody coming up with the touch and a little flip reset. And he lets it go. He drops it down and off the tip of his car and in.
You saw 2 go. CRR might be the most annoying player the Pioneers have ever played against. And he just pouring salt into the wound. CRR with a hat trick.
3 goals, 3 shots. He's perfect in game 4. And he might be the most annoying player here with the way he's playing right now. Complexity.
The defense. He's just going up, hoping that, you know, maybe if they hit it where I think they are, I'll be able to get the block right on the goal line. And then we see a pinch there.
Oh my goodness.
Complexity is feeling it.
Man.
And so is AJG, who hammered that ball top corner.
And look at this block from CRR. He is stretching out, pre-flipping into that one just to get a touch. And the pass was perfect in the end, AJG.
I
didn't know. I thought we were watching a Complexity player for a moment.
It was an attempt at confusing Complexity, and it didn't work, but that dunk might.
It's in?
It's posted in, so Hunter will get one for the road for the Pioneers.
Good one to get one back here for Pioneers, and they've been close here in the last 30 seconds. to get one back, and a great dunk there from Hunter.
Ye's last hope here, ground zero. Can they make it out of their group into that round of 12?
It's going to be exciting to see who manages to get through into that top 12, especially considering the stakes on Gladiators. Going down by that first goal, super lucky. Somebody who's brand new to this ground zero team too.
And this is a perfect matchup here for ground zero. Obviously, they had a couple of rough games early, to say the least, but coming up against... And he's the leader right now for this team.
A couple more saves coming out from ground zero as Gladiators managed to get it round towards that left-hand wing. Maxu onto the ceiling with a touchdown. Sees OSM, that's on target. And my word, drawn up.
Not often we see OSM downfield for the redirect. Usually he's that 1v1 maestro, but just a beautiful pass down from Maxu, redirect.
Ground zero.
And they're used to being the underdogs as well. We saw what they did in the final regional in APAC against Elevate. We're thinking surely Elevate again are going to make another major. But they find a way, and this man, LCT, is paving the way.
On the right-hand side, he catches it from Super Lucky's pretty errant mistake as he gets forced by Maxu, who can then try and get over the top of Kaka, but LCT is
APAC.
And it was huge that these guys managed to even qualify to get to this point as well. Elevate were up in that finals, and then they came back. Their mental is so strong, and I wonder how that's going to affect them in this series. Super Lucky, though, weaving his way over the top and slings it from up high.
The MVP of OCE, there he is, over the top of OSM, gets the extra touch. Gladiators defense capitulates.
Saves as well, but when you look at them statistically, I'm going to be honest. CJ, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty time when in your group you've got Liquid and Secret, who have essentially, right now, farmed these two teams. But Kaka coming out with a goal for ground zero.
It only takes one series to turn it all around. And look at Super Lucky off the ceiling, drop down. This is what we're seeing online for ground zero. Maybe this is...
Ground zero wants to get another goal just to bolster that lead at Gladiators. Needing one lest they go down yet again and go 0-7 in the tournament so far. But an initial win for ground zero looking big until Maxu fires one on target.
Oh, it just feels like we're going to get a series here, ladies and gentlemen. Gladiators get the equaliser. It's Maxu there. Fiber just had to respect the double touch from LCT a little bit. Gladiators now, perhaps down the other end. Is Fiber going to be able to get a flip reset? Maybe a bump as well. Off the line, no. Maxu gets a save.
Good chances now starting to apparate for ground zero. Kaka under the crossbar. OCE securing their first in this major.
Finally, they get their first win on the board, and it's Kaka, the land debut for them. He pops off as well on the Gladiators again. Their defense is just holding up, living up to their name.
Tell you what, they have done a fantastic job so far, because ground zero shots have not been easy to defend, but now a 2v1. LCT just letting that ball go a little bit too far, and Kaka sends it towards the middle of the net. 4 minutes of defense, but one goal for the good.
Well, it would have been the Oceanic region if we didn't have one of these every now and then. It looked like it might have been going off the post. You almost get annoyed that you haven't scored at that point, and then it exposes you. There's holes in that defense.
I mean, that's what a lot of teams build their entire way that they play off. Their play styles fall down to those counterattacks. But Super Lucky manages to continue on that press immediately from the kickoff. Ground zero know they need to get that goal back. OSM with a huge miss. Fiber sends it central. Super Lucky to punt it mid. Fiber twisting and turning his way towards that ball in the end. Super Lucky to catch in the midfield with no boost though. He's going to have to leave that one out of the way. Kaka towards that centre of the net. The double touch comes down. Despite losing the first goal, they've doubled it up in quick fashion.
I love the pop-off on the player cams as well. Kaka loves that one, gets the goal. Huge double touch coming out, had all the time.
With it after that. Super Lucky though, taking a big error on that defense, but nobody from Gladiators able to move their way in to be able to capitalize on that mistake. Maxi missing. Kaka towards the center, sees Fiber, sees the net open, and sees goal one for ground zero.
So much confidence from Fiber. He had no boost, but he just pushed forward. He was looking for that passing play, finds Fiber, and a great shot as well. Just delayed the shot.
A horrifying thing to try and face off against. LCT on that backboard having to block out yet another to add to that statistic.
The demos are coming out there. OSM starting to get desperate. That just put me in over the top. Super Lucky gets the goal. Gladiators just overcommit, force it out too much.
Super Lucky on the camera, waving goodbye to Gladiators as well. Cheers. But
here we go.
Again, Fiverr, an opportunity to just send it back towards the middle. Again, passing down the 1-2-3. Can it be 4-5 and a goal? Not on this chance, but the pass very weak. Central, the demo flies through. That may well be Gladiators home.
That was a beautiful setup. That whole play picked them apart, forced out the double commit. The demo came through as well. Ground 0-3.
Wait.
And, you know, Stacks talked about, I'm sure there's some statistical advantage that Oxygen have, and I think there is a slight statistical advantage in one category. As, hey, Rise, that's the wrong way.
Of course, the crowd favorites already. Gen G coming out hot with a demo from Nolly. Abject, easy follow-up, and Rise almost got a chip from Archie. He could have gotten the angle, and at least tried to put a shot on net, but saw the pass, saw the outlet. Unfortunately, Rise just didn't have a good angle, and this is another one in front of the net. Joreus, quick follow-up, drop down, and everything's tied up.
Oxygen have a very quick midfield attack, and that touch, Archie was ready for it the whole way. You saw Chronic and apparently Jack tied up on the right side. Commit. Both of these teams capable of those mind games. Jack just can't really find a way in.
What a
That's
goal!
actually a shot on net. Nolly dumps them out, takes the lead.
This man hopped into the time machine and read the future, knew where Joreus was smacking this ball, takes it off of his car, and he's got a shot on top of each other. The vision on the field, everybody getting involved, a touch to every person. So methodical and prepared, but with a demo, it doesn't matter what it looks like. If you're deleting players off the pitch, it's gonna be easier.
Yeah, they've been swinging, looking for heads, and they're connecting on them pretty consistently. Nolly just couldn't quite get the timing as it came across.
Of his own half.
Getting harassed though. Chronic had forced him off the ball for a moment. Genji's still getting to those challenges. Some space for Rise. Got the stealing. He knew he had the bump on the backside. Rise just trying to control it. Gets the goal.
You get the bump, and also the pass to yourself from the stealing. Chronic is on the backboard looking for something, but Joreus bullies him out the way.
Just the threat of him behind the ball is enough to freeze Genji. Good job using each other to move that ball down the field. Oxygen looking deadly here. Another bumpy Goomba stopped him! Joreus collects!
Skydiving from the backboard. How do you even land this bump? It's so hard to control your car. He saved his flip even and knocked Nolly from Gen G. Opportunities happen there. Of course, 2 goals to their name, but the defense, so much physicality that they weren't prepared for, and now it's wide open again, overextending on the defense, trying to get a counterattack, some type of transition, but it's not happening.
And the offensive potential in Game 1 from Oxygen has been fully realized.
Response we get in Game 2, Gen G back's not against the wall quite yet, but of course they want to get back in the series as early as possible, and some revenge. Chronic on the demo.
Well, lazy walk for Nolly, thanks to the hard-earned work from Chronic here. Turns right back into Archie. Easy goal for Gen G.
And that's got to feel good. The payback.
Clips everybody else in the RLCS. He holds the record for goals scored on land at 143 of them. He surpassed the likes of Garrett G.
Who's been competing since the beginning of time. Nolly was up for this aerial so early himself. He went in for the 50-50. Abject coming through another great challenge and an even better bounce to set up the shot.
Saw Rise turn down.
Of Gen G, understanding the best way to approach this ball, how to get it past the defense of Oxygen. Archie forced in a tough spot. Then Joreus in no man's land. I'm not sure if he's looking for boost 14 to his name as you look in the upper left-hand corner, but a defensive blunder for Oxygen. Joreus mid-flip. Chronic takes advantage and says, okay, I see what you...
That's really how people have gotten by Oxygen, is they do catch them out sometimes. Love being aggressive. They know that they can be this highly mechanical, highly offensive team. And we see what happens. They get the demo, pushes it off the ramp, and Rise gets the first goal.
All 3 of the players from Oxygen are patiently waiting, trusting Archie to get this ball past Nolly. The demo's there, Rise is there, and also honestly just damage control at this point. You're in the lead by 2. Abject to himself off the backboard. Hunted for something. Getting the crowd excited, and of course this one's gonna get the crowd excited.
You see him on the wall, you see him have space, you've seen him done it! He's done this all season! A perfect soft little touch, he gets underneath it, and I mean, Chronic's just ridiculous.
There, Chronic Don't give him some space. Don't give him the opportunity from the ceiling. It's a fancy one. In under 2 minutes to go.
Again. Oh my God, Chronic! That's not fair, bro! You gotta give some people a chance out here!
Chronic, 2 in a row. All by himself. The dunk. Impactful for Chronic.
Absolutely. Nolly conducted a pretty good push there. And that's just wasting so much time. Now, Jack expecting a touch from first man. It didn't come. Archie! He throws an arc and gets the goal.
You might as well build some momentum as you head into game number 3. This one should be all wrapped up for Gen G as long as you don't see an interesting game.
Decision from Jorius not to dodge into that ball and control, but it doesn't matter. Gen G line up and they lock him down.
And that was a critical touch too, getting in front of the pass. There was, I believe, a player and an open net now for Jorius. I'm telling you, I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah, you feel it?
I feel it that you won game 4. That proved that anything could happen here in this LAN environment. A unit that moved forward against Oxygen. Gen G were able to respond in game 2. Let's see how game 3 goes.
Exact same scoreline, but flipped right off the kick.
Wow.
Oxygen off the bar, still away. Jack can't get the save. Jorius gets it.
Kickoff heavily in favor for Oxygen, and it's been this way since the second half of the previous game, and it continues along that trend. Ball rolling across the
Time that side flip just to get square on the ball, but tough to do from that area in the net. Can't lose that kickoff. Here
double
comes
tap.
Archie.
He's got the boost.
Double tap.
Oh, come
Jorius
on.
double tap dynamite.
The mechanical monster coming alive yet again off the backboard, all the time in the air, setting up the angle.
Fortunate. Gen G couldn't find a hole, but here comes Chronic. Jack's jumped. Jorius there to beat him before. Ball kicked downfield. Nobody from Gen G will get there. 3 goals now. Every game, one team is just rocking it out to a multi-goal lead, and they just can't seem to be stopped. Another demo just opens the net wide open. Nothing that they can.
That distracts you, Jorby. You can't focus on the play style you want, on controlling this ball. You're too paranoid of when you're going to get taken out.
Whoa, it's in the air. Pass back to Archie.
Oh!
Pinpoint precision from Archie.
Pinpoint indeed, threading the needle. And Rise was already in the air to pass that back to Archie. The pre-jump.
Set it up. Now it's up to Archie to get the clear. Rise safely gives it back to Jorius. They will not give Gen G the ball. Shutting them down.
Chronic
Gen G
there.
responded so well in game 2. Chronic will pick one up here late.
This is important. Again, I talked about it, Jorby. Just showing any signs of life towards the end of a game can bleed into the next. As we are closer and closer to the final 60. We've seen both teams have good stretches downfield, but nothing yet with an execution. And Nolly, here's the first execution we've been waiting on.
And Nolly finds the seam. Lined this one up really well. Rise went for the soft touch, but the ball gets away from him. It bounces on the top of the ramp.
They've got to put Oxygen in their place, but let's see if that demo-heavy play style comes out in game 5. Sparks flying, Archie up in the air, drop down pass, wide open, and Rise the finisher.
Oh, that's kind of dirty from Archie. Hits the negative angle here, gets behind the ball, drops it down perfectly to Rise, catching all of Gen G out on that clear.
That's just unfair. You're slowing the ball down completely. At that point, you don't even want to hit the angle. You know you've got a second-man striker coming through. You've just got to slow the ball down. Another kickoff in favor of Oxygen. Every single time I feel like Oxygen are bouncing back, it's from these kickoffs.
Look at Archie, squares up on the ball, wants the kill every time. Chronic goes off of it, it pops right back into Jordan.
Willing to send everybody forward, if that's what it takes. And Archie doesn't care. He knows he can go between all 3 of the players, but again, more close passing. Colin passed out to the left side. The read off the post, and Chronic is there.
And they caught Oxygen out here. Chronic coming across Jorius, trying to cut him off, and Chronic leaves it, forces Jorius to give up the touch to Jack.
Maybe a double tap Chronic. He's patiently waiting for it.
Jack trying to delete Archie. Missed him just a tad. To commit from Gen G. Jack in the air. Now the net's open and Jorius nails it.
Nails it indeed. I don't think you get any more accurate than this. Top corner and in. One of the best shots we're going to see. It's pretty, it's accurate.
Chronic has to defend that touch. He's got no
Yeah.
boost left. Nolly's last rotation. Jack's sitting back in the corner. They're constantly having to catch this ball out. Now Jack has no boost here. And he's hoping he can get the Chronic, but look, he cuts him off again, and it's a free goal! Oxygen! They're reading Jet G like it's a Dr. Seuss book!
Jorius, all he has to do is hit this ball off the sidewalk, let it float in.
They are the best defensive team coming into this major in Team Secret. They don't allow a whole lot of goals per game. They're a tough nut to crack, and honestly, you may even need some of that physicality that H2 gave out yesterday, but they want big odds. Give them one on the board.
You're going to have to worry about some of those demos, those bumps that come through the midfield lane, but when you're worried about a corner from the opposite back wall, that counterattack blossoms, and Oski puts away the first goal. Team
They have consistent, strong pressure where they box Secret in and force them to work really hard, or is it this constant exchange in the midfield?
Off the opening goal, would love to slow the post. If you are Team Secret, Sad sneaks it through. Okay. We're looking for the defense for Team Liquid. It wasn't there. Sad, just the better read in the air.
Yeah, he has a lot of time there in the midfield, a whole lot of space as well. Atto trying to go over there and cut it down. And
Sad will switch over to KV1. He finds it down with a clear lane. Knight putting it on target and a quick save down to the opposite post. Chronic will have to reach out and extend his fingertips to keep this one alive before another transition for Liquid and an open net for Liquid. It's 2-1.
really aggressive challenge there from Team Secret in the midfield. They were trying to keep this one a little bit contained and just lost 2 races in a row. You can even see KV1. He realized he was already too late, tried to give it up, and just couldn't.
Been all of Team Liquid to start, right? You're talking about that 2-man spread. When the triangle offense opens up, that's where Liquid get punishing. The bumps, the demos, the physicality. But Secret have handled it so far. It's been the open nets that have burned them for the moment.
Wow,
and it's been the
Chronic.
recovery through the net. Atao is able to find another.
This is a great shot, no questions asked. He gets a lot of space. He's able to dodge a bump in the midfield, but it's a Chronic really getting there in the net, getting in Knight's face, making it as difficult as possible.
We hope you've been enjoying the action all day long. If you have and you're just joining us, welcome into round 3 of day 2 of the Winter Major here at the Rocket League Championship Series. It's been an absolute banger so far. We expect this one to continue. And off the opening kickoff, Liquid picking up where they left off in game 1.
2 in a row now, just under 20 seconds, and they find one on the board that looks like a completely harmless touch. It's out to the sidewall, but you don't have the boost to actually.
It seems so often that you're just waiting for a Liquid to maybe slow down their pushes to get a little bit off on their cadences, but it just hasn't been there. KV1 trying to pinch it and squeeze it off the top post. It's off the bar. Knight recovers nicely, and that's the response we're looking for.
Great job from KV1, obviously. Way to stick this one right on the bar. He forces the defender to come and respect him, and that's a great recovery from Knight. Yes, obviously, you're hoping the first goal.
And everybody getting involved on this one. Ball yet to touch the dirt. And Atao will miss just barely looking at that redirect, but a big clear, and Knight's on his loan.
You're gonna do a Chronic huge block, and there's KV1 to come drive the nail home. You got to appreciate Knight's ability to just stuff this one on the line.
With this much time, you're holding your breath, and luckily your teammates rotate in. KV1 gets the call, and keeping it low to the dirt. KV1 will pop it high, and Knight will get the call, but eventually wins the 50 to try to get back to midfield. Atao now takes 40 in the tank, squeezing it off the backboard, pinches. Oski follows in, and it just carefully decides to roll it way in.
Secret is so close to getting out of this jam. You just see Knight go right over the top of him. Couldn't get that demo, and then again, just missing it on Oski. They're so close. Look at that support. Team Liquid, they really are sending 2 deep back, and there's the right idea. Get the ball on the floor, take the space that you're given, and look at him just win it straight through. No! Oh!
You think it can't get any worse. The 50 at midfield, you had numbers up.
Oh.
And no matter how you read that angle, that's going in. Much closer affair there in game 2. But we'll see how the kickoff goes in the opening points. And Sadness tried to keep this one moving. Knight gonna pop it shallow. It'll go off the opposite post. Back wall.
Oh, nice
shot. Quick goal. KV1 starts things off hot.
Great job. This time they identified it for space. You can see Knight, he looks, there's an open spot on the backboard, and he stretches it to go get his own pass off the wall to throw it back into the middle. Really.
Find the sidewall. They couldn't get down to the corner. And they'll just flip it dangerously. It's a pinch. Not a strong one, though.
Okay.
The clear is there. Sadness going to give it to KV1. We'll go now to his POV. Fennec trying to find it off the backboard. The double tap. You gotta be joking. KV1.
You can see it coming. KV1, look at him. You can see Oski just flipping back. He knows he's not going to be able to cut in and play defense. He's like, okay, I'm going to track with you, and I'm going to put it all on you. You have to managing the pace of the game just a little bit more. Slow it down. You don't have to rush everything, but that was an excellent cross from Liquid trying to start off hot, and they still may do it. The kickoff pays dividends. There's so much space to work with, and they just go right to left, left to right. And Team Secret can't keep up with it.
That's an open side ball. You tried to see a demo follow through, but a Chronic dodges it in time, recovers nicely back into the...
Last chance here for Team Secret. Can't afford to be passive anymore. You gotta make something happen now.
These 50s are huge, trying to pull it back down to the ground, but Oski, we've seen this before. The demo is big. It's a 2-0 lead for Liquid. 28 seconds to play.
Gets the job done. One-on-one. Yep, just go for the air dribble bump, chip it high, force the attack.
Teammates get in position, able to drop that down to Ahmad. It goes all the way across, nobody home. Khaled has to come in from way in the back. Got by. This shot coming from out of nowhere. It looked like Dignitas invited him to shoot. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, you can't give a man like that space. Look at Khaled. Beautiful touch on that. Top corner.
So the challenge now laid down to Dignitas. How do you answer? So important, too, for Falcons taking it off to a quick start after they struggled early in their 2 series yesterday. Ahmad will line one up and slam it home on the near side.
They're ramping up stacks. Look at this. I love that from TRK. Sensa says, Ahmad, go get it. And my goodness, the read off that back wall. Great foul.
He's picked his spot, but Andy's there to help out. TRK keeping it available. Khaled will watch this go over his head. Everybody retreating. This is an opportunity for fake. And it's still on the goal line and forced through by Drees.
Big man plays right there. I love this patience from Evo. Everyone expecting him to go up. Instead plays the low 50. Ball pops out. Drees seeing what Evo does says, let me follow up with that.
To be for these passes and centers. It's Drees now trying to bring it down to Evo. Got in the way at least of Ahmad. But now it's only Andy at the back. Had to put a hand up. Shots wide. Follow-up is not. Ahmad might have put it out of reach.
And it comes back to it again. Too far forward. Drees, Andy last back. Just didn't think TRK had that ball. Very interesting for Andy to go for it. And then that.
And it's Falcons kind of making a mess of this again at the back. So Khaled's got to bail them out. In front for Evo. No. Well won by Khaled. Gates open behind him. And Team Falcons get an easy one.
Pull him out. Net wide open. Look at this, great B2. Ambitious challenges and interesting positioning from Dignitas. As they are.
Time, he does take out TRK. Drees off the angle, again cleared out. Not a lot of passing going on here either on the Dignitas side.
Yeah.
Oh, Ahmad pulled the string on him. Just changed speeds a little bit, and it's 2-0.
They've been playing this fast game. They didn't expect things to slow down. Look at this, slow and controlled. Played the 50 well, angled the car perfect.
Far between for Dignitas. Everybody lets this one touch down to the ground, and that works out to Falcons' benefit. They continue to run the show. Double tap, bang, bang.
Ahmad is amazing. Look at that read. Goes up TRK, thanks for the pass. I got this one all by himself. Andy didn't stand a chance.
Drees for Evo, up high, Khaled's got it. Rebound available, but Khaled's got this as well. And again, Dignitas not in position to take advantage of the rebound. Instead, they're in position to watch another goal explosion courtesy of Ahmad.
This is getting ugly at this point. Dignitas on their, what could be, no, this is their last life. And you can see it in the gameplay. 4-0, we still got 2 minutes of Rocket League left. And if you don't show up when it comes major time, you see what happens. You get bullied. TRK with the goal.
Did somebody call the ref over? I think they're tapping out. 5-0 with still 2 minutes left. And these
not even being able to get on the board. How do you bring yourself out of that? How do you turn it around? We'll see if Dignitas can do it. They're facing elimination. And Falcons, oh my, they are pushing the issue.
Really, if it was a fight, they would stop it. They just did not even let him get out of the corner. One little bit wide. Khaled made sure it didn't get anywhere close. Andy pinch across and still not there. It's just Dignitas too slow getting forward. Now TRK for Khaled. Clear the runway, 2-0.
How do you fight back when you're being constantly held down? This is unbelievable. Punch, punch, punch is Team Falcons. Something, they can't even get that one.
Panic, panic, my turn offense, me ball, whatever you want to call it. It's all going wrong, and then TRK delivers this one. 3-0 in less than a minute.
Oh my goodness. TRK, look at that angle. Woo! He's elite.
Oh, there's
one's going to be cleared away. But it just continues. Falcons deciding how long they want to stay on the Dignitas half. Now it's Drees. Drop off for Evo, and he'll get one here just before the halfway mark. And a little spark of life for Diggs.
There's the breakout. Drees with time, gives it to Evo, lines up the shot. TRK moving too fast.
Trying to put the finishing touches on a clean 3-0 sweep. Andy now, right at TRK. One by the Saudi, and then it's O'Khaled.
Whoa!
Being off the post, and he'll slam it home.
And another goal from Falcons. Khaled will pick up his second. He's shooting 2 for 3, and off the woodwork and in.
Most certainly would have put this series away right there. Drees, lob ahead. Doesn't matter now how many goals Dignitas gives up if they can't score on their own. But it's coming back in. Ahmad, the dagger!
Oh my goodness, the pass play is just so beautiful here. Drees tries to play it to the sidewall. You see TRK send it to Ahmad, and Ahmad just has Drees in the most uncomfortable and is able to force that through. 17 seconds left. The time at this point doesn't even matter. 5-1's the scoreline. Khaled looking to make it 6, and he will! Team Falcons, my goodness!
They have beat them, and they've beat them, and they've beat them, and they've beat them.
A lot of boost to find that clear, and they can play with their food here. Just try to keep the defense honest and punch that ball downfield for a clear just to find out what you can see.
Ooh, Crew missed touch. It's actually going to cost him along with the demo, and that's going to be Dorito breaking through. Tough call here. Crew actually had an okay idea. Out to the sidewall, and unfortunately it's that miss on the double touch forces Drafinho. He's got to try and cover up. He doesn't have a better play than that, and just ended up losing the race.
Plays it on a solo. I love the hesitation to hold the reset, and it's creativity like that can open up a shot, and it's creativity like that that ties up this game.
And you're right, it all goes back to that little misdirection. Brad making them stop and think about it for a second, gives Crew a little bit more time to get up the field, get set for wherever that clear goes, and then says, drops, here's one for you. Can you make something happen? Banger back post.
And the G1 defense bites on that swing. That reset pulls them off the play. Then you get a nice center. But that kickoff is not what you want. G1 capitalized mistake from Crew.
Kickoff goes wrong. Very hard cheat from Atomic, and unfortunately they just lost it to the wrong side. The player behind for Crew cut to the right, and unfortunately for G1 kicked out to the left, so they just break through for complete.
At the top of the key allows Mark by 8 to rotate out and try to play the 1v1. He does so. Atomic will keep it on the ground, looks for his teammate, but quickly intercepted, and Drafinho is up with it. Centers for Brad. Beautiful shot and beautiful read, all beautifully set up down the field.
Finding the open space here. They just pick this one off in the middle. Mark by 8 can't defend the backboard. Drafinho, just a little bit of a drop pass. Says, hang on. Obviously, it freezes the net. I can't just jump at it. Have to see where it goes. And Crew knows it's going to get kicked down, so they're just a little bit faster with the follow-up, score a nice goal, and start off out in front.
And it's very reminiscent of their first goal and their only one so far. Game 1, they're following the defender, and off the kickoff, finally one goes their way.
That one's just not fair. Brad, the hard cut across the middle of the field. Look at Atomic. He's the guy defending it. He says, hang on, get out of my passing lane. This one's really trying to force everything they can. They know they need one to go in and have time left. So they're willing to take a lot of risks, try and make something happen, and that's what it is. Dorito, that's not a bad idea when you need to score 2 goals. I like the idea here. He's the last one back. Yeah, you can give up the time and the space, but to be honest, if you pick that one off, you're in a 2-on-1 back the other way with an extra width across the pitch, because suddenly that real tight spacing, you start to realize there's a few gaps in there that you really can't cover when you're just trying to force everything through. And eventually, well, they'll get one back at 0 seconds, but that's more a feel-good goal than anything, of course. Gotta see Dorito. Yeah, great flip reset. Off the wall. Oh, Drafinho, buddy.
We won't talk about it. That's okay. Crew have in store, and what does G1 have in their back pockets to be able to switch this one in a different gear? Already off the kickoff, Atomic will get the back corner grab.
Oh, too fast.
And you're seeing some contest very early. You're gonna have to prioritize that midfield. And Dorito,
I'm pretty
is that
sure,
an own goal?
I'm pretty sure this was a sweet.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Banger. It's actually going to be a counterattack for Crew. Look at the physicality, and Mark by 8 dodges the demo, gets out and cuts the play down. What a defensive stop.
He was shadowing behind that ball just patiently. And that one is from the side wall. Another interesting goal for G1, but It does land through. Let's see how this one breaks down.
Okay, there's two people in the box. They cut forward, one to defend the corner, and the other one just went. He had to have gone to the other corner. A whole lot of boost, so not a good spot here for Crew, and they're all covering the same part. There's the open space on the backboard. You need a little help, and oh my goodness, the second time of the game some pinball happens. That one's off the post, and finally says, nope, it's going in.
Jerfinho falls off the ceiling like a bird getting hit by a plane, and then they just start collapsing in the front of the net.
Oh, man.
They're out of boost, they're out of ideas. You can only throw so much really work for in this game 3, and it's very quickly a 3-0 lead.
That's why that backboard on defense, always something you got to keep your eye on. Yes, you have to defend the net, but when it's open, it costs you, and they bang one off it for number 4.
Yeah, let's just keep it rolling. Why not? Put it on a Hoops mixtape. It's Dorito. Beats one, perfect angle, double commit, that's hilarious, and the net is wide open.
Well, a double commit pace, you know what I mean? Because so much of the ball movement determines if you can bring the ball down on a dribble or slow the pace or anything right now, and oh my gosh, score it, Atomic, you deserve it. Look at Dorito tie up everybody here. Look at the little shimmy shake on the backboard. Am I gonna hit it? When am I gonna hit it? And everyone on the net and Crew is just like, someone please help. And Atomic says, yeah, I'll end your misery, bang. Going to the next kickoff.
Mark by 8 gets a bump as well, and that's the open lane. The space creates opportunities. You take advantage. The kickoff works. Another game back to back.
Oh, okay.
Where kickoffs are just the name of the game. And Crew tie this one up.
Rufinho, well deserved. A little bit of a passive cheat. Hard out to the left. Rufinho, honestly, way to go and get that one. That was not an easy one to score. It's very possible that they ended up with possession there, and he just went and made a play.
That's a bit of a confidence goal, but now that the game is tied, the series is not. You want to change that script quickly.
Really
what
nice.
a beautiful touch.
Oh,
and a beautiful
my
bump.
goodness.
That's how you get back in this series.
Rufinho, that's just inspired. You see him twisting his car, and you can see Mark Payet on the backboard. He's thinking, is he actually going to shoot this one? And so he's things relatively being even. You know, everyone's up for the challenges. They're in position. They're not making glaring mistakes. Whoever drives the boat tends to win, and that's a tough one to handle. Rufinho, he was in an okay spot, but not a perfect one. A great bit of shooting from Atomic to cut this one down.
What felt like a bit of a monotonous grind here as G1 and Boom Ball, finally someone's able to find the back of the net. And with that, we have ourselves a tie game 4 here on Coliseum. And again, the opening kickoff goes the way of G1.
It's just that little drop pass from G1. It's, and a banger off the kickoff, straight off the top bar and in. A little bit of it's a double stalemate, straight into the neutral zone, and Dorito, that's just not thinking about it. That's both players who go into the shot hard, touch down into the middle, and unfortunately kind of just dump the ball away here. G1, you got to let them come at you now.
There's been a couple of times where drops have been
Whoa, what? They all just pull off the ball here. Here's Atomic in the back corner. Here's Dorito. He side flips, and oh my gosh, Atomic thought something else completely different was going to happen there. I think they called each other off. That's the side flip, and Atomic realizes that he shouldn't have said anything, so he pulls off, and then nobody goes for the ball.
No, are you kidding? I was just about to say, wait and hold your breath, because this kickoff, how history is gone. This is hilarious.
What? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know why.
4-2 in favor of G1.
Close air dribble, but plenty of numbers in the defensive side for G1. Figure it out, but now they all get demoed, and this one's, I think he got tipped as he was trying to rotate in there. One more for Crew.
I think that was Mark by 8 who comes back sharply, and he's just trying to fly to the opposite post. Jerfinho puts it on its way, and I don't know if he got clipped by Brad.
Definitely froze him a little bit and made him sort of dive earlier than he would have liked. One way or the other. Crew Esports out in front. Can't ask for anything more.
It's one way to get started, but Mark by 8 responds.
It's another kickoff.
As quickly. And here we go. Achieves another one.
Straight to the side. Actually, huge credit to Mark by 8. He's the one who went into the right-hand corner for that, and he just pushed straight up.
Able to make this catch, and he can't finish it. It was so close, but a chance goes by the wayside.
There was something there for G1. They want a big challenge. They were able to buy time while winning the ball, and no, it slips through. They can't win the race, and Crew pokes one down for free.
I've seen this once in this series, and we'll see it again. Drops finally has boost at midfield to meet that redirect. He was hunting for it on calls.
For this team, starting it off though, early chances. Vitality with a couple of shots on target, but the crossbar stopping them early.
Yeah, but Keiko, they've still got a big question mark, and that is, can they do it on land? If it's there, gets the bar down. I thought that one might have gone wide for a second there, but it is K-Corp to open it up.
Crossbar down, the Vatira Itachi combination. Exotic trying to hunt for the defender that no longer exists.
Find an opening. What can they do? Maybe a pass across Redos. It's going to be pushing up midfield. Exotic parries it back to his corner. Vatira's there. 10 seconds left. Demo coming out. Pass it in. Sizen with the shot. Puts it away. Vitality tie it up.
Sizen with 5 seconds left realizes it is do or die. And the pass from Redosin is clinical.
Just slots it in between both.
Committing onto it the first 30 seconds. Has gone with a decent amount of vitality pressure as well. Sizen 15 in that back left corner versus Itachi. That comes out wonderfully towards Alpha. That's completely open. That's Redosin to shoot. That's Redosin to crack the blue wall.
Vitality of Dead Set stolen game number 1 here. 1-0 down until 5 seconds left, and they get the OT winner as well. Number 1 seed.
It feels so soon to say that.
It does.
It's the best of 5. Every game, it brings you that much closer. And with this pressure, immediately, the 3-man passing play. Vitality, a conveyor belt of teeth.
Vitality have shown up to play here against the number 1 in Europe, if you don't mind. Redosin again, he was the man, the hero last game.
Actually fancies a double. His double taps are near negative angles at times.
Vitality, they're just getting a lot of room downfield right now. A lot of room to work with. Maybe Exotic can get a pass across. Vatira shot, slots their bottom right corner. K-Corp tie it up. It was just the ingenuity here. Itachi Vatira, the double commit, but that means Vatira's downfield for the passing option. He turns, he demands that.
That's central, but Alpha from the backboard yet again. A lot of players going to that backboard, but it is completely covered. Vitality, yet again, Redosin this time.
Now it is K-Corp, maybe the edge rule, but follow up. Itachi gets the goal. Great play from Exotic.
And look at where Exotic comes from too. He lands on the backboard from that previous challenge and can then just go straight towards Sizen, knocks him out of the way. The pins are down, you can just send them.
He got a heavy enough first touch that he thought, well, I'm just going to go for the bump now. He couldn't get back to the ball. Just great play in the moment there. And it is Exotic, and maybe it's here. It's here off the kickoff. No, it's going follow-up. He does get the goal. K-Corp out of nowhere for going bang, bang, bang.
When it rains, it pours, and the blue wall is dropping bricks on the head of Vitality. 3 goals now with 2 minutes remaining.
Oh, they're coming alive now.
Yeah, buddy.
K-Corp. We're seeing the time and space they're going to be able to utilise right now. Vatira, Stacks is talking about it. He is him, and he's showing it right now. Open net, puts it away. K-Corp get there 4th.
Vatira yet again going for that double off the sidewall, doesn't make it. It bounces back out from Itachi, who nips perfectly in front of Redosin, benefiting the blue wall.
Exactly, they picked up the pace here, K-Corp. They picked up the pressure, and it's caught Vitality out. They're not sure, but it felt like previously they were respecting him too much.
Okay.
Maybe a pass across Itachi.
Oh!
That is top bins.
Oh, that is disgusting. That is revolting. How dare you do that on Friday? Exotic rightwards, Itachi top binwards.
He didn't even jump.
You'll know and love. Alpha now from his own half gets back into the blue half, thankfully. Going to be quite different from
Great demo.
the previous game. Double demo for Alpha. Is it in? You bet it is.
He's picking up from the bull. He just goes to physical play right there. Alpha can't get in the game mechanically, but he finds other avenues to score. Sizen does clean it up. Vitality get the...
Going to get the man, you better send 2 feet studs up towards his shins.
That's a bit violent, but I agree with you there. Let's see what he can do now. 54 to still. He's got to reach there. Fake the musty. Oh, no! 54, ladies and gentlemen.
Alpha 54, you beast! Faking the musty, going low, the immediate wave dash to the floor, popping it.
Way to respond after that last game.
And 2 so soon in the opening minute of game 3 is going to be confidence inspiring for them.
Here now gets a shot on net. That's just got to go in out of nowhere. Vitality capitulating defense. What happened here on the ball? Alpha's in net front post. He doesn't get the save. Redosin can't reach it either. K-Corp start. Alpha 54 popping off. They just let the easiest of goals against a side like K-Corp. You don't want this to happen because Vatira off kickoff might be able to get another one hand off to Itachi. And it goes in.
It turns around just like that sometimes. Vatira manages to get it past 2 of them, completely forgoes the ball as well, and just dives in front of where Redosin needs to be.
Vitality just looking a little bit awkward right now in the transition in defense. Vatira does get blocked out. Maybe Alpha can get the 50-50. Vatira's in the corner. This could be dangerous.
Chance.
Is there an infield pass? Attack!
Itachi receiving that play from his own corner. Vatira, my word. Round the side, but can't quite get that second on the dish.
Vitality, they've been in offense for 2 minutes, but they've got no reward for their hard work right now. Score still 0-0. Maybe the touch, Vatira and slots it away. Vitality get the first.
A beautiful pass central for Alpha as well. Gets that threatening idea of a bump in Vatira's head, makes him go high.
Itachi gets a crazy angle. Now 54's ready for it as well.
Zero chance I would have read that if I was a player, by the way.
Hey, Corbin, just in every situation. Flip reset, save out Itachi, and Exotic gets the follow-up.
Vatira starting to use every tool that's available to him. The tap on the nose, the touch with the tummy, onto that right-hand post for Exotic to be able to send it.
Redosin, great positioning. Alpha 54, he's the solo player. Itachi's pre-jumping off the roof.
Oh.
Huge block out there. Huge play. Exotic with the follow-up. Maybe in the center for Vatira. Vatira! Hey! Vatira, you freak!
30 seconds and Vatira manages to receive that absurd angle from Exotic. Two defenders.
Time to get on the field and show you what you got. Game 1, G2 phase. This has been something that has been developing. FaZe Clan already striking hot. First killer with the first goal.
The old adage goes, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But when you can start off 8 seconds in, you give yourself one heck of a shot.
Team, everybody, when they step up, they look like just this unbeatable machine. G2, when they play that play style that everyone knows, it's just so signature to them. It works, but this time, FaZe Clan making a statement. First killer with the demo, and Typical with the second goal.
Yeah, sometimes you can overstate the importance of body language and all of that stuff. With his team leading by 2 and 40 seconds left.
Here's this Typical just playing it close to the ball. JNAV's with a chance, gets the flick high, first killer's there. Is it gonna be a follow-up? Atomic on the ball, shot, it's in! Atomic strikes, G2 within 1.
Got back within 1 with Typical. Going for the squishy save, didn't have the read. A stout defender again here for FaZe Clan. He's done it all throughout this tournament. Maybe you could argue a little bit of a lapse against G1 yesterday, but now this sets up Typical and FaZe Clan scores in the second half.
Love this here from Mist. He's able to break the one. It's the 50. Plays it low, and there's a little bit of space. Typical just puts the shot high. Chicago
Find an equalizer with 1:35 to go. Blocked out by Chicago. And Typical doing a good job getting that back to Mist. Good back pass. Mist off the backboard for Typical and a 2-goal lead.
Sip starting to strike, and that could be a huge problem if G2 don't get that under control. Sets up a lane, and JNAV
to just get any kind of offense going, lest we go to overtime. You know they'd love to take care of it in regulation. It'll be Chicago for Atomic for their first lead. They got it.
How do you stop a shot that's like a laser? I love this. Chicago sees Atomic downfield, and he puts everything behind it. First killer did his best job trying to make the save, but it just wasn't good enough. That one was going through the back of the net no matter what.
1-0 to G2, but not for long. First killer answers back, and after all this time trying to get a lead in this series, whoop, there it goes.
I can hear Johnny Boy right now.
To close out what has been maybe the most anticipated match of the day.
JNAV, he's been getting up into the air very early. He's getting a couple pre-jumps from him. He gets to Chicago! Top left slot for G2!
When you need a clutch shot, how often has G2 gone to read Chicago?
First kill's gonna try to end it here. He gets the flip reset. Trying to look for that top right corner, but it's sent to JNAV. He's gonna play that. That's gonna play back into the midfield. JNAV to Atomic. Atomic is gonna get it into the open net. G2 passed it through and strike first.
You know, we talk about Atomic for his passing, but this time it's JNAV with the beautiful split pass. And Atomic will roll it home to an...
Big demo on the play, but Atomic is on the ball. Does he have the flip? Used it. against First Killer, so he'll send the ball to the corner. First Killer's moving downfield looking for Chicago, setting up Typical for the shot! Bang! Typical with the equalizer!
They're sending a man downfield, all eyes on First Killer. The problem is, Typical had the ball. And not just the teams in Group A interested in this result. Of course, all the teams impacted by who would play who based on how the match plays out.
First! Oh my
Bang! First Killer!
He's incredible! The fire First Killer! One touch! Look at that double! You gotta put a hand on First Killer! No! That'll go away too! And now G2 trying to move things upfield.
I worried that Typical might have got caught a little too aggressive, but here he goes again.
Demo!
Clear the runway! Typical gives him a 2-goal lead.
Cleared out in front. Typical with the touch. And First Killer sees Atomic toodaloo.